Oh, didn't even miss a gear, it's so quick. All right, boys. Before we head out to the dyno, you saw the title of the video. Today is the big day. I feel like it'd be a disservice if I did not let you know that there's only 2 days left. Wait. There's only 1 day left. The giveaway ends tomorrow. There's not 2 days left. There's only 1 day left. Again, giveaway ends tomorrow to get entered in on winning the STI. Now, as you can see, she does look a little bit different, and that's because the winner gets total freedom of whatever set of wheels they want on the car, whatever suspension they want on the car, whatever turbo they want on the car, which also means whatever power level they want this thing sitting at. If you want a smaller turbo so it spools sooner, that's what we're doing. If you want it left at 1,000 freaking wheel horsepower, that is what we're doing. Now, I realize not everybody follows me on Instagram, so not everybody saw the full mod list breakdown, the full build breakdown of the car. So stay tuned till the end of the video. We'll go over everything that is done to this car that is going home to one of you guys. But for now, let's get some stuff done on the Evo 8, head off to the dyno, get this thing strapped down, and see what she's gonna make at 40, let's call it 43 pounds boost is what I'm predicting. My assumption is that she'll make 817, because that's my birthday. 817 it is. Before we head out to the dyno, there's one quick change that I need to make on the car. It should take less than an hour. We currently just have a fuel pressure gauge right here. It's much more ideal to be able to view fuel pressure on the ECU instead of a random gauge just chilling in the engine bay. Now that's nice if you need to just set your fuel pressure and leave it, which is what you would do on a car that's pretty basic in the 20-pound boost range, not really a big deal. But when you're starting to mess with the higher horsepower stuff, 40 pounds, 50 pounds of boost, you kind of need to be able to monitor that in your data logs, or data log, whatever you want to call it. So we're gonna go ahead and slap in a 0 to 100 PSI gauge. There's no way it's gonna be over 100 PSI of fuel pressure. If it is, we got probably some weird issues going on. So 0 to 100 PSI gauge, wire that in directly into the ECU, and we'll be able to view fuel pressure on the ECU in the data logs. It's gonna be super crucial. So this guy can be removed. We have no need for it whatsoever. The only downside I would say is this is better looking, better appealing versus a sensor, but we're going to race car. After I get everything wired in, I'll probably just flip that upside down so you can't see it, because that is pretty ugly. So this is a 0 to 5 volt sensor, 3 wires, and the 3 wires consist of a ground, a 5 volt, and a signal. Now, thankfully, we already have this harness right here that we just added in. I should have done this at the same time, but I didn't think I was gonna add in a fuel pressure sensor. So we can snag a ground and a 5 volt out of here, and then we need another signal wire running back to the ECU, and then we're done. Eventually, I'll probably add in oil pressure into the ECU and coolant pressure back into the ECU. Right now, oil pressure is just on the pillar, but being able to monitor all that on your ECU is definitely the way to go. All right, boys, we now have fuel pressure. We are gonna head over to the dyno and get this thing strapped down. On the way there, I'm gonna go ahead and fill it up on ethanol. We got the car loaded up on the dyno. Quick build breakdown. If you guys don't know the setup, it's a 2.3 liter stroker running an AGT 68mm turbo, fully built everything as far as the engine goes, stock transmission, stock transfer case, FIC 2150s, 2 Walbro 450s, running a Haltech Elite 2500 ETS turbo kit, ETS front mount, the works. So all the pump gas tuning on this car is already done. We did that on the street. Stopped around 28 pounds, 29 pounds of boost on the street. We are saving the party for ethanol, which is today. This is an E85 only day. The car is on flex fuel, but we didn't want to do any 800 wheel pulls on the street non-stop. So that's what the dyno is really good for. My boy Chag is going to be taking care of the tune. And of course, big shout out to also my boy Josh Bader for being gracious enough to let me use the dyno for the day. So, goal for the day, 817, like I mentioned earlier, 40, 45 pounds of boost. We'll see how she does. hopefully we have no problems today. I feel like I always have problems with my cars on the dyno, but we never really street tuned beforehand, so all those little issues, all the little kinks that we worked out over the past few days should hopefully lead to a nice solid day on the dyno. Let's get it going. If we look at the dyno chart here, you can see that where it broke up, that was the Haltech issue again we've been dealing with. We're gonna do one more pull and see how it goes. There we go, that was a clean pull. That's what we needed. Our first clean pull on 29 pounds of boost on ethanol. Look at that, 630 wheel, 530 foot-pounds of torque. Boys, we're only at 29 pounds of boost right now. We have a long ways to go. If we don't keep having that random stupid engine sync error, today's gonna go super smooth. Got Mr. Chag remoting in, tuning the old girl. This bull here should touch 700 wheel, 35 pounds of boost. Y'all see how hard that thing squats? That was 675 wheel. So nothing crazy, but we're getting there. We just hit a boost cut. I forgot to tell Chag that I did a boost cut when I was trying to dial in the boost the other day. So that's what that was. We're gonna rerun it and see what it makes. That right there is a party. 720 wheels, 630 foot-pounds. She's squatting so hard that we're kind of hurting the fender over here. Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we're gonna touch 800 wheel today, which is fine. It made 773 there. 667 foot-pounds of torque. That 2.3 liters putting in work. One more pull, up the boost up top. We're trying to keep torque down, man, but this 2.3 is just a torque freaking monster. She's wanting to party. Yo.
Alright, so gain, we're pretty much tapped out. Like, I didn't really see much of a gain there.
Yeah.
Like, it is, we're like 90% already, so 90 to 100, that's the same shit, basically. So what I can do, maybe add an extra degree or two up top. So if we keep pushing, we're gonna get to a point where cylinder pressure is gonna be just nuts, and you end up popping like the head gasket. You know, it's not overheating and shit like that.
Yeah. Okay.
So I wouldn't really keep thinking at it, you know, much more personally, you know.
Well,
especially when it's torque heavy.
Yeah, if you're, I'm fine with it there, dude. That amount of torque is, it's honestly scaring me a little bit.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's really hot, bro. Like, it's fucking nuts out of a 4-cylinder, you know.
We're leaving her there. It's tempting to go up. We made 780, 680 foot-pounds of torque, 780 wheel on 40 pounds of boost. It's tempting to go up, but man, that amount of torque, I don't know if you guys know or not, but that is the a ridiculous amount of torque for a 4-cylinder. All right, we're gonna go for a rip in Josh's new all-motor EM1. Yeah, feels like a Honda.
Some hood rat stuff. You ready for this? They all started here once upon a time.
So what's done to this thing? Stock motor still, right?
Bone stock TSX motor on M5 methanol. Made 256. It's all motor.
This thing's a rattle trap.
Like my rattle trap. I told you it's terrible, isn't it?
Is that even first gear, dude?
Well, it's pretty bad. These no-cut shifters are questionable. Now, all motor, you're not using it. It's instant power, dude.
Oh yeah, I can slam gears.
I know, 100%. It might suck, but I can definitely grab gears in it.
How do I turn traction control off?
There's about 10 buttons on the left. You gotta get through.
Ah, yeah, dude. This thing's gonna rip.
Our questionable road and suspension. There is roadworks on it.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. Brother.
Dude, it's just fun.
It just like guides you.
It guides you. It's so bad for normal shifting, but it's so good for other shifting.
Is that your marks?
Nope, but it could be.
Oh shit! No way!
Thanks!
Since when is that gravel?
She's a clapper now, she's got sandblasted.
You didn't tell me it was
I
gravel!
didn't know it was gravel, I better turn down here, buddy!
10 feet from your shop.
I've never gone down this way. Now we know.
Oops.
Good news. She's not perfect.
Imagine this is like the old EM1 or something. We're doing this in the
full respray. Could you imagine?
That lady was pretty confused.
She was. She's like, wow, they're going really hot. I think we caught air.
Oh, we did.
When it went from pavement to this.
Oh shoot, dude.
Oh boy.
Way to get her to hook.
Not really, no. I mean, she's all motor, which means you got all the power all the time, right? You got the shifter down.
I don't want him to hook.
Certified ripper?
Certified ripper, brother.
It rips. How bad she look?
From what?
We just went off-roading in this bitch.
Dude,
70
straight to
kilometers.
gravel.
Straight to gravel. How's that? Not my wheels.
Those
are reels.
Yeah, not a powder coat.
Yeah, you do. It looks a little clapped. Oh yeah.
Wheels are fine.
Yeah. Just a little dirty tire. That's all.
We are cooking.
All right, all
fun.
motor. Is it fun?
So
it's
fun,
pretty
dude.
fun.
So fun.
Spencer third. It's just a blast.
That's crazy.
You don't have to worry. Worst case, what? $600 motor. Throw it in. Go.
You gonna trade?
Straight across.
That's too fun. All right, we're back in the Evo. Josh was too scared to go for a rip in this torque monster. So, I'm gonna go to the shop, grab the suction cup, and see how this thing feels. I'll be honest, I'm a little bit worried. When I initially built this motor, I never built it to be a super high horsepower motor, being that it's a 2.3. Stock head gaskets, or head gasket, and P2000 head studs, not O-ringed. Obviously, we started getting into the 40-pound region. You have a lot of cylinder pressure, which causes your head to lift. So if you do end up lifting a head, I probably will have to go O-ringed 625s and a better head gasket. But we'll see how long she'll live at this level. Chad did say she's hot, she's spicy. I think we should be good, but you never know, man. At this power level, you can lift a head at any given time. All right, guys, let's go for a rip. Nearly 700 foot-pounds of torque, almost 800 wheel horsepower. This thing is gonna be fun. One of the most important things that I wanted out of this build was a nice factory feeling, like drivability. This 68 mil lights and spools like it's a 55 millimeter turbo. It lights fast, as you guys will see here in a sec. And it's so loud, man. This turbo spool on this car is like none other. It sounds like a T51 Armad, but it's not. Haha. Gonna start off in second and do a rip. Didn't even miss a gear, it's so quick. This thing is mental. What? I know it's not no crazy like 900 wheel horsepower or anything like that, but dude, that's a lot of power. That feels so good. It's like full boost by 4,200 RPM or something. It's mental. That's fast. I think I'll probably leave this setup for good. I really wanted just that number, 800, just sounds cooler. But dude, this is such a fun setup. And it's quick. Imagine rolling anti-lag on the steering wheel. It is a little bit disappointing. My custom boost gauge that I worked into my dash, into the cluster, it's now pointless because it only goes to 30 pounds. This car on ethanol is touching 41 pounds of boost. So it completely just maxes out the boost gauge. I was debating going to the Heltec IC7 or UC10 dash in this car anyways, which I might do. I do like how OEM OEM-ish the interior is, but it'd be so nice to have all those readings right on the dash like we have on the Type R. You can have oil pressure, oil temp, boost, wide band, coolant temp, coolant pressure. You could have any freaking gauge you want right on the dash, which is super nice. So I might be going to a Heltec dash in this car, which makes it a little bit more race car-y feeling, but it's nice to be able to monitor that kind of stuff, especially when you're making the sauce. Never flat-footed this car. 8-9 transmissions just don't feel solid like a 10 transmission. I don't know why. Brothers, this thing is mental. Now I do gotta be honest, there's something funny going on with the brakes. It's like, it happened at one pull, I don't know if you guys saw it, the first pull I did, it feels like higher RPM, something sketchy is going on because I hit the brakes when the motor is at super high RPM and it pulled hard to the right. I don't know if they need to be rebled, if there's like air in the system that's causing that somehow. I don't really know the logistics behind that, but all I know is they feel fine at like daily driving around, cruising around like this, they feel great. But when I went to go hit the brakes doing that pull, it almost pulled me into the ditch. It's a little bit sketchy. All right, one more pull. Should I try to flat footer? Did I jinx myself, or am I just accurate on my thoughts on the 8-9 transmissions? A 10 transmission can row right into gear. Honda transmission, row into gear, flat-footed. I've never had good luck on the 8 or 9 trans, man. Before we get into the mod list on this STI, I do just gotta give thanks and shout out to the following people, man. Big thank you to Chag. Thank you for getting this thing tuned and running as good as you did. Big shout out to Bader for letting us use the dyno. Shout out to ETS for making a great turbo kit. Shout out to AGT for making a great turbo. Shout out to ACT for making the best clutches in the world. Shout out to Run BC for the great cylinder head components. Shout out to Manly for the great stroker kit. Shout out to Radium for the great fuel system parts. And shout out to Mitsubishi for making such a sick car. Alrighty, my friends, let's run through the mod list on the STI that's going home to one of you guys. Full mod list, every little detail is up on the website, but if you guys don't want to go check it out, I'll just run through it real quick. So 2016 Subaru STI factory hyper blue, one of 700 painted in this color from the factory. Of course, 99% of the work is done in the motor. So we'll start with that. It's a full IAG motor. So it's their stage 4 short block, which I think they rate for 1150 horsepower. Stage 5 plus cylinder heads, Kelford 199D cams, IAG fuel rails, custom ETS headers. So the whole turbo kit ETS made for this car, but it's not their factory off the shelf kit. So custom ETS headers, custom T4 open up pipe, 3.5-inch down pipe. It's a 76mm Gen 2 precision turbo, tile 45mm wastegate, 50mm BOV, Marlowe 3-inch titanium intercooler piping, ETS intercooler core, NVIDIA Q300 catback, FIC 2150s, one AEM 340 in the fuel tank, and then in the surge tank, which is in the trunk, it has 3 fuel pumps, 2 Walbro 450s and 1 Walbro 525. So this car currently has 4 total fuel pumps, Aeromotive fuel pressure regulator, -8 feed, -6 return, XV triple disc, CSF radiator, radium surge tank, full -10 Perrin oil cooler kit, Process West intake manifold, tuned by none other than my boy Josh Bader on 50 pounds of boost. This car made 1,017 wheel horsepower. Car does have 6 different maps, ranging from 380 wheel horsepower on pump gas on 13 pounds of boost, all the way up to, it actually has 60-pound maps available, which I think is ridiculous. So that's the basics of the motor. Again, full build list is on the website. And then exterior wise, it's got Morimoto V2 headlights, carbon lip, carbon grille, carbon skirts, carbon rear diffuser pieces, carbon mirrors. It's currently on airlift 3-piece suspension with Advan GT wheels, 18x11, a little aggressive on the fitment. Interior wise, I'm doing head unit, a bunch of carbon fiber pieces on the inside. Now what I'm doing differently with this giveaway, I've done this a little bit in the past, but not to this extent. I'm giving the winner freedom to pick whatever set of wheels they want, not just random wheels that I've put on the car, but any set of wheels. Say if you want Advan GTs, good to go. If you want black Advan GTs, that's fine. If you want factory hyper blue wheels back on it, cool. If you want race 57 DRs on it, that's fine. A lot of people were complaining about the air ride, so I'm giving the winner the choice to pick their suspension setup as well, whether they want air ride or a nice set of coilovers. And then power level, turbo size, kind of go hand in hand. Now, of course, the car does have 6 different maps on it, but being a 76mm turbo, the lag time, the spool time is not quite as quick as, say, a 68mm like the Evo. So I'm giving the winner freedom to choose whatever turbo size they want. The car will be retuned by Josh Bader, the best Subaru tuner, in my opinion, and will be shipped off. So that's the gist of the build. Again, only 1 day left to get entered in on winning this car. Every $3 you spend on the website is 1 entry to win and take her home. And if you don't want the car, you can pick 20 grand cash.